Hey guys, Anna here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another speed build. Today we are in the world of Novdhaven, which is the world that came with the Sims 4 Business and Hobbies expansion pack. And just like in Tuesday's build, we are in the Gamavik part of the world of Novdhaven, which is by the canal. This is a lot where there actually was a kind of book cafe already pre-existing, so we are building on that lot, and I guess we're kind of creating the same kind of lot type, and it has a similar kind of shape to the original, but it is slightly different. This would have to be, I think it's actually my favorite build out of the 3 builds that I've done with this expansion pack. We had the candy store. Is it 4 builds? Sorry, 4 builds. We had the candy store, we had that industrial pottery studio, we had the laundromat, which was Tuesday's build, and then today, which is a book cafe. And it's my favorite because I just love the style and I love how I have laid this out. So let's talk a little bit about the layout of this particular build. So the majority of the build is 3 levels. It's only this side bump out, which is 2. And so on the ground floor, the book cafe only makes up a small area of the bottom floor, and then the actual 3x1 bedroom apartment is basically 2 and a bit levels. So the ground floor, where this red door is on this side kind of townhouse, that is where the staircase is for the residential section of this build, and then everything else is the bottom floor is the actual book cafe. So I love this purple door, which you'll see on the yellow section front facing of this particular townhouse, and I really wanted to use it, and I wish this purple swatch came with the other size doors that we got in this particular pack. I think it's the 2-tile size door as well, but it didn't. And this particular, what I like about this build, the outside of this build, is it uses all of the windows. So it uses the different windows that came with the pack. The ones that are blue, which are on the green section, I hadn't used before when using this pack, so I wanted to incorporate those particular windows. So yeah, so you walk in, and as I said, you have this bottom section, and this is the book cafe, and then you have a small room off to the side, which is the public bathrooms, and then behind the public bathrooms in kind of a different section is where the staircase is to go up to the residential part. So the people who live here, the Sims that live here, would go through that red door, and it's a separate section. And then they would go upstairs, and the second level is completely residential, and then the third level is also residential. All right, so this particular build, I think it's okay. I think I did okay with this particular build. All of the seating for the cafe is actually outside. It's kind of like an outdoor seating. And I think I've got enough room for the bookcases and the amount of bookcases. I'm not sure. You'll have to let me know in the comment section down below. Do you think I have done a good job here? I wasn't really sure. I didn't know how I really wanted this little central spot to be, or whether it should have been bigger to allow more seating. But I think it works. So we've got these 2 main lounges. These are that kind of Scandinavian style lounge set that we got. And then I have the matching kind of single tiled chairs that go with it, and they're kind of in the corner here, kind of tucked away, and we're just kind of reconfiguring it so it all fits in. I do also include the rounded fireplace, which, looking at it now, probably looks a little dangerous, but it's The Sims. I'm sure it's fine. I really love these tall end tables. I think they're lovely. They're just so simplistic, and I think they just work really well. The coffee table that comes with this particular pack, I find is massive. It's actually really high, so I've downsized it here, but it does mean that I think I put a tray with a book and a mug in it, which comes from the Book Nook kit. And I think that particular item is floating because I've downsized the coffee table. I included some computers in this build as well on 2 different desks. I probably should have had a little bit of, I think if I was building more of a library, I would have probably more computers and more desks for like doing homework or simple writing or whatever they were doing. But I think because I imagine it to be a book cafe, I'd imagine that they're probably going to be reading more. I don't know. I think it's okay. So yeah. But I like the idea that all the seating is outdoors, although I don't know what the weather's like in this world. I haven't really played a ton in this particular world, so I'm not sure how the weather is. So hopefully it doesn't rain a lot. Otherwise, yeah, they're going to be fighting for the small amount of seating that's inside. I really liked the green, and is it a green or it's kind of like a deep teal color, and pairing that with the yellow or gold tones. And that was kind of the color scheme of the build. Decals. So I put in some decals around the build. I put in some kind of neon, I don't know if they're neon, they're kind of like those, I guess they're just white, decals near the coffee counter. Again, I've used this plant. I probably use this plant in every build. I love it so much. And then I decided to go in with a deeper wood tone. I find that kind of, and I've said it before, I think I said it in my, which build would it have been? In my candy shop video, which was the first build that I ever did with this particular pack. I find that orange, that kind of light orange type wood tone swatch is very hard to pair with other packs because I feel like it's only just started to come out in more of the recent packs. That type of shade of wood tone is only just recent, so it's very hard to pair. So I that's why I've changed it to the mid tone, and I've gone in with some wood paneling. This is not the wood paneling I have been using. It's more of a standard wood paneling, and I like it. I decided that I was going to do that in this particular build. And then I changed the flooring swatch to a swatch that has a little bit more brown in it, but it was still pale. I thought that that was better suited. And yeah, what else can I say about this particular build? So it is on the gallery. So my gallery ID is Antoinette44. It is in the description below if you'd like, if needed. Feel free to download this build. I didn't build a household for this particular build, but I could do that and put it on the gallery if you'd like. There is a household for 2 of the other builds that I've done with this particular pack. They are on the gallery also. And also, if you have enjoyed this content that I've been putting out recently and you would like to see more, especially leading into our June content, I am doing another series. So I am doing a apartment series for, that's June. I've just missed a month, May. So the month of May is just another standard whatever just building whatever. A couple of those builds are really nice. We've got a couple of base game builds. We've got some builds that are built in some of the game pack worlds like Tartosa. And what else have I got going on in the month of May? A lot of family homes. Yeah, a lot of family homes. And yeah. All right, so we are outdoors. I have just laid out all of that seating. That is mainly the seating for this particular build. And I'm just starting on the landscaping, putting in some shrubs. These are some base game trees. I love these trees. These were the trees that I used in my candy shop build. I just kind of like them in this area. And just added some shrubs around the side. And I think around the back here we do add the new swing set that comes with the pack, but not really much else. Yeah, this is very much a build that takes up a lot of the lot. Just put in some gardening, skill building, and yes, I guess some ley-lowing flowers and some hydrangeas at the front here. And I think that's about it in terms of landscaping. Yeah, very minimal landscaping. And then I think we're moving inside the apartment portion of this particular build, which, as I mentioned, is the largest portion of this build. And I really like this because I feel that a lot of the apartments that I've been building with this particular pack have been a 1 or 2 bedroom apartment. So I really wanted to, try and build something that was a little bit bigger. However, I do think the reading section of this particular cafe could have been a little bit bigger. But yeah, no, I kind of like it. So let me know in the comment section down below, do you agree with me, or do you think that it is much better to have a bigger kind of upstairs living space? All right, speaking about that upstairs living space, we are just mapping out the floor plan. I'm kind of getting the spacing. I'm kind of working out what I want on which story of the apartment. So I start with the kitchen. So on this particular floor, we have the main living areas. So we have the kitchen, and then the dining table is actually going to sit directly next to the kitchen in this kind of little space here. And I was really glad that I was able to squeeze this in and not have it be too squash. I have used the base game update counters. I feel I've used them in every single build that I've built, I think, except one with this new pack, because I just find it pairs really well. I just really like them. They're just really nice style. We then have the living room, and we have a piano. Like I mentioned in Tuesday's build, this is the particular build that has the piano, not Tuesday's build. And I was still kind of using items that I hadn't used at this point, just kind of, trying to fit them in. And then on this level, we have a bathroom, which is what that smaller room that we built first was. And I believe we have like a study nook. Yeah, and then upstairs, all 3 bedrooms are upstairs. So this is definitely a 3x1 bedroom apartment. So this couch is from Desert Luxe Kit. I've paired it with the chairs that come with the pack. These are that Scandinavian chairs that we use downstairs. And I've paired it with the buffet table that comes with the refined living room kit. I am really enjoying that kit at the moment. I feel like I say that in every build, but I am. We've used that lamp again. And as I said, there's the piano. I like the piano. I think it's quite elegant and simple. And it's obviously definitely designed for doing like a lounge. And yeah, I think that, just very simple. Okay, so yes, we do have a little study nook and lots of windows, but I didn't want to remove any of the windows. And I think that was the hardest part of this build was, putting together a floor plan and keeping the windows where they were, because from the exterior of the build, those windows, looked the most aesthetic. So I wanted to, keep them the way that they were. So that's right. So I added in some little toys and stuff, and obviously the new Balafi that we got for the pack, the kind of burglar themed Balafi, which I really liked. And I put in the bookcase that came with the pack, and I'm just putting in some wallpaper. And I think with this particular family home, a little bit like, I guess, with Tuesdays, I wanted it to have that family home feel. So I kind of like this base game wallpaper that has the wainscoting, and I've just paired it with the paneling that's from downstairs. I kind of like that, just combining what you use downstairs and upstairs, making it cohesive. Just trying to clutter up the kitchen. Sometimes I feel with the catalogue, there's so much in there, I struggle to find the item I need. So sometimes it takes me a bit, but we do use the stack of plates that come with the pack and the new recipe book. All right, we are in the 3rd floor, and we are just mapping out those 3 bedrooms. So you walk up the stairs. The smaller room is I I think it's an infant's room. And then this larger room here is, of course, your master bedroom. And then you have a child's room off down the hall. I love this bed. I think I've said this in several videos. I really like it. I think the way that the blanket looks and how the texture of that blanket as an asset, I think is really well done. I love the swatches and how they pair with a lot of the rugs, even the base game rugs, because they're such neutral colors, it pairs so well. Because of the windows, I didn't really want to use a dresser. So I really like this hanging wardrobe that we got. So I decided to use that. And I use my favorite lamps in the game at the moment, which are those modern style lamps. I just really like it. It's definitely something you'd find in IKEA, but I vibe with it quite a bit. I do like that plant, the other plant that we got with the pack that was quite big, but I find it hard to use and I find it very situational. And this was definitely more on the Scandinavian style as opposed to that modern industrial style. And the one thing I wanted to do in this build was use more of the wallpapers. So we did get these kind of patterned wallpapers, and I've used them all in this particular build. So I've used this green kind of diamond shape wallpaper, which I used that particular wallpaper in the master bedroom, just in a different color. And in this one, I've made it a completely green room. And then with the master bedroom, I've paired it with the light wood tone paneling, and it just looked really nice. I really enjoyed how it looked. It added a little bit of, a little bit of design and pattern to a room that looked a little bit plain, because it had a plain rug, a plain bedsheet. There was no patterns within that room, and I really like it. We're just putting a few items in this entryway. As I said, this is more of the residential entryway, so like not a lot of Sims would be entering through this portion. So I didn't really want to put too much furniture. I just kind of put like a mudroom shelving unit. I think that particular one came from Eco Lifestyle. And yeah. All right, this is the bathroom. So this is the main bathroom to the house. And I am just putting in the new sink, a shower tub combo. We've got the new tiling in here, and we've got a toddler potty, and yeah, it's just very basic in there. I love that Snowy Escape rug, the fluffy rug. I do like to add a little bit of like different textures in my builds. I think that it makes the design look a little bit different in a room. So I like that. So I added that in, and I really wanted to use that beautiful floral wallpaper swatch. So I've used that in the infant's room here. This is a tiny room, but I think it works for a nursery. And these rugs actually come from high school years, but I thought that the pink was identical to the pink in the wallpaper, and the green I just thought was a little bit different. So yeah. And this particular room, this child's room, which is green, the reason I really liked this color combination was the red windows paired really well with the green. Well, I think so anyway. You'll have to let me know in the comment section down below your thoughts on that. But I really like it. I think that it just paired really quite nicely. And I think that this is a pretty gender neutral type room. Which I think is really good when you're building things that are going on the gallery, because, you know, Simmers can download this and really use it. It's more versatile for the user. Just cluttering up the space with all sorts of things. I left this desk fairly plain because I would presume that this Sim would do homework on it. And yeah, that is the third bedroom in the house. These hallways are quite bare. I do add a chest table in, and potentially a bookshelf, and I think an activity table as well. And a plant. I love putting plants in the near stair balustrades. I think it's just so nice. Oh, I remembered the signage for the cafe and book cafe. And yeah, I think we're just putting in I'm putting in the alarms. So the thermostat and the burglar alarm, I'm sure. And we've got, an activity table. And I believe we're just adding the final touches to the build, and then we will be heading into the tour. All right, so so as I said, we've got all that seating outside. We've got some bikes. You walk in, you sign in, you can get a coffee, and you've got plenty of bookcases around. You've got limited seating in here. Love the color scheme, the dark wood tones paired with the kind of teal and yellow. And there you go. So I've added some extra chairs in. I did feel that it was a little bit limited there. And then you've got that really nice sized bathroom, quite a big bathroom. And then you've got this separate entrance for the residential portion of the build. You go upstairs, you've got that bathroom, you've got that dining and kitchen and living. I love that little layout. It's not a big space, but I fit a lot in there. And then upstairs you have your master bedroom, your infant's room, your child's room, and then all of the little things, activity type things in the hallway of that third floor. And that is the build today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. I enjoyed this one. This is my favorite build out of the 4 that I've built with this particular pack. If you'd like to see more on this pack, let me know in the comment section down below. And with that, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.